Hello and welcome to the second video in our Python adventure. Today we're going to be writing our first program. We're going to be dealing with basic variables, just so you can understand roughly how it works. This won't be anything fancy, won't really be anything complicated, but it will teach you some of the basics you'll need before you do anything else. So let's get started. This video does already assume you have watched number 1 to download your Python and do a few basic commands. The link will be here in the cards, so go watch that first. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go File, Save As. I've named mine first, saved onto my desktop. Just press Save. I'll have to replace that file, but because I've done this once before, I forgot to press Record. So now we're going to do print, just start off our code. Then open up some curly brackets, open up some speech marks, and write hello. We'll then close our curly speech marks, close our curly brackets, and then go down. We're then going to ask what its name is, and then we're going to say nice to meet you, your name. So let's start with that. So we're going to redo our print, open up curly brackets, open up speech marks, write what is your name, question mark, speech marks, close curly brackets. As you can see there, we put a capital instead of a lowercase, so it didn't turn purple. That's an easy way to tell if you have done something wrong, does the text turn purple? So there we go. And now we're going to start our first variable. So we're going to write my name is equal to input, close and open curly brackets. I've added an E, don't add that either, input. And as you can see, it turned purple. So whatever we write down will go into the variable my name. So my name will equal whatever we type next. And then just before we do anything fancy with this, let's test that that works. So we're going to type print, open up curly brackets, open up speech marks, and then don't delete your speech marks. Write my name, close. So it should look like that. So now if we go run module, make sure you save it, it will then say, hello, what's your name? So if I type M in, it will reply with M, just because that's what so far it thinks is our name. So now let's continue. Let's make this have a bit more, be friendlier. So, nice to meet you, M, or whatever you add as your input. So what we're going to do is we're, in this print, we're going to open up some speech marks, and we're going to write, nice to meet you, space, close speech marks, plus my name, like that. We're now going to go run module, and just test this. Press Ctrl S to save, or Command S to save. Hello, what's your name? M. Nice to meet you, M. So it's already sort of being developed. We're now going to, it's now going to tell us how long our name is. So we're going to do print, open up, close, open up and speech marks, blah blah blah, you know this by now. And then we're going to write the length of your, your name is, and then close speech marks, close curly brackets and save. And then we're going to write but then we're going to do print, open up curly brackets, no speech marks, len, open up another curly brackets, and type in my name. Make sure you have the capital letters in the same place. Close curly brackets, close curly brackets, Ctrl S to save. We're now going to go run module. So I'm going to do M again. Nice to meet you, M. The length of your name is 1. There you go, 1, just 1. Let's say you can always change that to be letter, but this, like 1 letter, but this just to keep it simple. So now we're going to go down, and we're now going to ask them what their net age is. And then we're going to tell them how old they are in a year. And this is where it might become a bit harder. So before we do that, we should probably start giving ourselves notes. And the way you can give yourself notes really easy is with the hashtag. So we put a hashtag in here, a hashtag, and then type afterwards Anything we type in there, the computer doesn't read. It can't see it. And that's why it's red. So we can say, asks for name, outputs, remember, make sure it is your hashtag, not your 3, outputs, name, length. Another thing I've realised there is I've done a spelling mistake, and missed a letter and added a letter. So let's fix that there. And the reason we might want to put these is if you're working on a really long piece of code with variables and equations and algorithms, it will end up coming confusing when you have to go back to it. Let's say you start writing a piece of code, you go on your summer holidays, you come back, you might not remember what it does. That's why you put these hashtags in, or like indents or notes. So now let's work on with our age. Let's do our print there you go. What is your age? Question mark. Close speech marks. Close curly brackets. Now we're going to do my age is equal to input, open and close curly brackets. You can see it's like what we did with name, but instead of name we've done age. We're now going to go down a bit. And then we're going to write print, open up curly brackets, you are, close speech marks. As you can see, we forgot to open them. There we go, you are, and then we're going to do plus my age. I will go back through this all at the end if you can't keep up. Plus, open up speech marks, years old. And now we're going to tell you how old you are in a year. This next line might be slightly confusing to some beginners, so I am going to explain it to you once I finish writing it. So I'm going to write it all out, and then I'll tell you what it all does. So just try and keep up with the typing it out. We are then going to just go print, open up curly brackets, open up speech marks, you will be, close speech marks, plus, str, open up another curly brackets, int, open up my age, close curly brackets, plus 1, plus, yep, nope, so plus, space, then 1, and then you're going to space again, curly brackets, plus, speech marks, in a year, close speech marks, close curly brackets, and there we go. Let's quickly run it to make sure it works. I am, say, 21, you are 21, you'll be 22 in a year. Just make sure we add some spaces in so the letters are not cramped together. There we go. So now I will explain what this does. So the first part, you know, it would just say, you will be. And then it's this part here you might find confusing. So I think we should break it down from the center outwards. So this part here just finds the number from what you typed in earlier, your age. We have int, because int is the variable that deals with whole numbers. And then we have string. String turns this number into a text. You can't write a number directly when you're adding things to it. But if you're adding text to a text, it works. Just note this is a really simplified example, and once you start getting to more coding, it will make more sense. The plus 1 is because we're plussing 1 to our age to tell you how old you'll be in a year. The in a year part's just plain text. So that should make sense. So we'll go through the top of what the rest of it does. And then we'll finish off the video. So, print, hello, just how it speaks. Anything with print curly brackets, speech marks. Anything in the speech marks, just the text it will print. Here, we're making a variable called my name, and it's equal to input. So if we open up a shell, or just this, we can show you that variables don't have to just be text. You can do I is equal to 10, and it will then, if you type I in, it will tell you it's 10. You can do maths with variables as well. So y plus 11, it was 21. Or you can do I times 2, 20. So long as by putting the equal sign in, you're telling it it's a variable. You're turning my name into something. This will become clearer the more you practice and the more you do it. I would always recommend typing out the code as you follow along. Here, you're saying print len, my name. Len just means length. You're saying print the length of my name. So it will output your name as a number. What is your age? It's just age equals to input, same as here. You are, and then it's inserting the number you just gave it, years old. And I've just explained what that is. So that should be really easy to do. Shouldn't be too hard. If you like this video, I will be doing more Python stuff. I do Blender, I do virtual machines, I do anything geeky. So maybe consider liking, subscribing, and I'll hopefully see you in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye!